The heat wave in eastern Canada is not going anywhere anytime fast. Humidex levels from Ontario to the Maritimes are reaching into the 40-degree range and are expected to stay that way for most of this week. Health officials are advising people to stay indoors or find cool areas. People with chronic health conditions and women who are pregnant are advised to take extra caution this week. With more, I want to bring in Dr. Nadia Alam. She's a family physician and the president of the Ontario Medical Association. Good morning, doctor. Thank you for being with us.
Good morning, Marcia. Thank you for having me on the show.
Who's going to feel the heat the most this week?
I would say the two groups you've already mentioned, the people with chronic diseases, women who are pregnant, particularly late-stage pregnancy, but I would also add elderly population and the very young. Neither of those groups are very good at regulating their temperatures. And so for them, the heat wave is going to hit them a lot harder because their natural compensatory mechanisms just don't work as well as, say, a middle-aged adult.
So what can they do to keep cool? And if we watch over our elderly parents or our small children, what do we need to know to keep them safe?
So the biggest thing is to pay attention. Like you've already mentioned, pay attention to the fact that there is an unprecedented heat wave sweeping across Canada, particularly in Ontario and the Maritimes, and then take precautions like scheduling activities early in the day when it's a bit cooler, when the sun isn't at its height yet, drinking tons of water. 2 liters of water a day is the rule of thumb. Drink more. During this time, your insensible body losses, your water losses are going to be higher than normal anyways as your body sweats to keep itself cool. Make up for that by drinking even more water. Stay in the shade. If you start to feel unwell, if you start feeling nauseous, headachy, if your legs are cramping, if you're feeling dizzy, if you start hallucinating, get in the shade. Those are signs of heat-related illnesses. And if you don't take care of it right away, it does tend to progress to a medical emergency.
What about exercising in this weather, doctor, for those of people out there who feel pretty healthy, pretty hardy, and think they can handle it?
So for people who are runners, who are used to exercising in all sorts of weather, again, do it early in the day. Monitor yourself. You're going to feel the heat. They're going to poop out much more quickly. Their stamina won't last as long, and they need to drink more water. As much as is possible, they need to make sure that they're wearing light, breathable clothing, and they also need to make sure that they're not wearing heavy equipment, like football players, for example. That's heavy equipment that they're wearing. Wearing heavy equipment is going to make your body overheat a lot faster.
Okay. Doctor, just quickly, a few seconds left. We've got a few days of this hot weather ahead, maybe more later this summer. Do we start to acclimatize to it? Do we become better at dealing with it?
No. No, the human body is very good at maintaining its body temperature between 0 and 30 degrees. As the temperature warms up even more, as the humidity climbs higher and the humidex hits the 40s, your body can't get used to that. So you have to take extra precautions to deal with it.
All right. Dr. Nadia Alam, thank you so much. Appreciate you being with us this morning.
Thank you very much for having me.